Hello. This is a manuscript spoken in three different parts. In the title of the manuscript is "The Spectacular Achievements of Media Control," and it's by me, Chuck Dodson, and the Not Going Silently and Non-Silent Press. We got a quote from Noam Chomsky in the 1990s where he said, "Much enjoyed," and I think the rest of it he said, "I hope you sent a copy to this Open Magazine pamphlet series," which I originally found his speech, his 1991 speech, "Media Control: The Spectacular Achievements of Propaganda," and then wrote a serious magnification of it. And that's what this is. The Spectacular Achievements of Media Control is a magnification of Noam Chomsky's speech, "Media Control: The Spectacular Achievements of Propaganda." Anyways, there's three parts to it. Here's the part one. It's the horrid plague, unsightly carnage, save the children, and damage control. Part two has the building crisis and the parade of enemies. Part three has selective perception, the fight for kids' freedoms. Well, actually, the fight for kids' liberation. I'm working on editing this still. Reasons for the emotional outcry and representing the kids. This first part is only going to touch on the horrid plague, unsightly carnage, save the children, and damage control. Okay, so let's see. My intent in magnifying Chomsky's original speech is to shed previously little-known light on one particularly crucial aspect of media control in the United States, as well as many Western countries and increasingly the neocolonialism of the world. Thus, all of the basic assertions, not specifically footnoted, closely follow Noam Chomsky's original speech if you read it. Some have said I should insert those portions that resemble his writing or basically quote from it into this manuscript, block quoting the comparisons I'm making, and perhaps someday I'll do that. But they're very numerous, and I really try to write in his wry wit style. Okay, and I have been very interested in bringing more attention to Chomsky's speech, Media Control, because it is very important, demystifying social and cultural manager ideology and similar truths that nobody thinks about usually, I think. At least in my reading, you don't find much of that, once in a while in the margins, but he really goes right up into it in a way that a lot of people haven't. So anyways, here's my magnification. When most Americans think about aggression in our society, our first thoughts are apt to include children being abused by sick or outrightly criminal adults. We usually don't consider the broader context of what is going on behind and leading up to how this awareness comes to us or when. In fact, in not seeing or thinking this through, we miss out on a crucial issue that comes ultimately down to what kind of society and what kind of world we really want to live in. Let me begin by comparing two different conceptions of one particular aspect of being aware, which is fundamentally connected to free societies when we really think about it. One conception has it that the full-fledged citizens of such societies, including those soon becoming full-fledged citizens, ought to be well informed and be able to have a serious understanding of the complex issues facing them so that they can best participate in creating policies that promote justice and sanity and make way for meaningful democracy. This is regarded as a normal and fundamental part of what a free society is about, and that any attempt to limit it is an extremely serious affair, something along the lines of the most dangerous fear of all, losing our democracy to become a fascist or totalitarian society. So that's one conception. An alternative conception has it that only a few people in democratic societies have the ability to be truly aware and understand things as they are, and that most of the people of such societies, young and old alike, must be taught to internalize a much simplified story or myth about their society so that they remain involved only in ways that the more competent members feel is non-threatening. This latter one may sound like an odd conception, especially next to that other one that is traditionally known for its seemingly careful vigilance over centuries to remain as aware as much as it could possibly be, and has loudly protested whenever others have tried to set limits. But it's important to understand that this latter view is the prevailing conception not only in Western democracies, but in most other modern and modernizing societies as well. In fact, this conception has been gaining more and more acceptance for hundreds of years. I'm going to begin in a relatively recent period and talk about how these notions not only affect the general public's perceptions, but also critically the lives and sanities of the younger people whom are to take our place in this democracy of ours when we finally allow them to. I'm also going to talk about how the problem of media and other disinformation enters within all this. And that'll be in the next part of part 1, so there's part A and part B. Thank you very much.